Welcome friends. Let us go for the next part of discussion of the alkali metals, that is their chemical properties. In this chemical properties we will discuss the general trend of reactivity order followed by reaction with hydrogen and formation of hydride and its properties, reaction with nitrogen, formation of nitrides followed by properties, reaction with oxygen, formation of oxides followed by its properties, and the smart conclusion, because we may consider it as atmospheric conditions, moisture is there, carbon dioxide is there, nitrogen is there, oxygen is there. As a overlook, we will be conclude there itself. Then reaction with water itself and formation of hydroxides and their properties, followed by the halogens, especially halogens, followed by the halides formation properties, and the other non-metals with which the alkali metals can participate in reaction with a general view. What else are the compounds formed over there? And here the next chapter we will go for the salts of oxo acids, that is carbonates, bicarbonates, nitrates and the sulfates. Along with this, here the reaction with the liquid ammonia, alloy formations, complexation, alum formation and anomalous properties of the lithium, followed by diagonal properties. If we start with the first case, that is trend. Alkali metals are highly reactive, as we said in the beginning, because they are having one electron in the valence shell. If they loses that electron, it will be converted to octet configuration containing cation. It is very stable. For that purpose, as being it is metal, it always ready to lose the electron and becomes very active in the chemical transformations, very active in the chemical combinations. And moreover, top to bottom size increases, and irrespective of size also, the relative ionization energy is very small compared to the respective other elements of the groups. Followed by here the heat of sublimation is also very less, because only one electron is involved in the metallic bond formation. That is one variety of. Otherwise, for our easiness of understanding, for the intermolecular force of attraction, the strength of intermolecular force of attraction due to the valence electron, which is one variety of chemical bond, that is metallic bond, is less, because for one atom one electron is involved. Due to these reasons, these are highly reactive. Whereas reactivity order, the first one, trend is order, gradation in the reactivity, which is relatively more reactive and whichever is relatively less reactive. Such a discussion. Whereas reactivity order increases from top to bottom if it is not a solvent, because with hydrogen directly forms the hydrides, no solvent is required. Whereas with oxygen directly forms oxides, no solvent is required. With the nitrogen directly forms nitrides. In such variety of things, the rate of reactivity, the order of reactivity, the trend, the strength of reactivity of the alkali metals increases. That is compared to lithium, sodium is reactive. Similarly, potassium, rubidium, the most reactive will becomes Cesium. Whereas if it is a solvent like water especially, generally we will perform other things in the water. In one or two cases like alcohols are also there. Yes, in solvent, especially in solvents like water, the reactivity maintains something different order. Here, the least reactive is sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium is maintained. But the highest reactivity is present for the lithium, because lithium is having higher hydration energy. Due to this highest value of hydration energy, it overcomes all the barricades and it takes the first position and maintains highest reactivity. So therefore, this higher hydration energy is responsible for the smart anomaly present in the reactivity order of the alkali metals when they are subjected to participate in chemical transformation in solvents, especially solvents like water. This is trend related to the reactivity of the alkali metals. As being alkali metals are more reactive, these on reaction with direct combination with hydrogen gas leads to the formation of metal hydrides like lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium, rubidium, cesium hydride formations takes place. All the hydrides are ionic in nature, and whereas this reaction metal undergoes oxidation, hydrogen undergoes reduction, because relatively the electronegativity of hydrogen is higher, and this reaction is an example of redox reaction. Whereas order of reactivity in the formation of the corresponding metal hydrides is lithium hydride compared to lithium sodium hydride formation is very speed, and compare it to sodium, cesium hydride formation is very speed, because as we said, the trend related to the reactivity of alkali metals, hydrogen is same. But thing is, alkali metal reactivity is the deciding factor. And as per the order is concerned, without any solvent, that reactivity order increases. So therefore, the formation of the alkali metal hydrides follows the trend that compared to lithium hydride, sodium hydride formation is very speed. Similarly, cesium hydride formation is very speed. That is, order of reactivity in the formation of metal hydrides is lithium is lesser than the sodium, is lesser than potassium, rubidium, and the highest value is present for the cesium. Whereas the corresponding nature related to the metal hydrides, if you focus once, hydrogen is smaller atom, first atom present in the periodic table. Whereas metal varying, metal can be lithium, sodium, and it can be cesium. Lithium, sodium, similar size, small in size, whereas the potassium approximate size, rubidium, cesium are bigger in size. So therefore, smaller versus smaller appears to be very compatible because it is ionic in compound. So therefore, here smaller versus smaller is having one version, whereas the smaller anion versus bigger cation is having lesser stabilities. So that effect will felt while the formation of the metal halides occurs. So therefore, heat of formation is once again gives the idea that how they are stable and which is most stable. Lithium and hydrogen both are small, cation and anion both are compatible with one another in size. So therefore, in the formation of the smaller cation containing metal hydrides, the heat of formation, the amount of heat energy liberated, because this process is exothermic process. Whereas if 1 mole of substance is expected to be formed from the elemental situation of the slotting materials, then the amount of heat energy liberated under standard conditions is said to be the standard heat of formation. That standard heat of formation value is decreasing from top to bottom. Lithium hydride is having higher standard heat of formation because of similar size, and dissimilar sizes, the heat energy liberated will be decreasing. Whereas thermal stability, once again, the heat of formation gives the hidden idea of the thermal stability. The energy required to break the solid into corresponding ionic constituents is said to be the reference for the thermal stability. More energy required, that is possible at more temperature, hence it is more thermally stable. So therefore, thermal stability decreases because lithium hydride smaller in size. To break that one, it requires higher energy, and it is once again coming from the back idea from the heat of formations also. So thermal stability of lithium hydride is higher, and it is goes on decreasing from top to bottom. Cesium hydride is very unstable. Suppose all varieties of hydrides I am having, by increasing the temperature, first cesium hydride will be decomposed to cesium plus and the hydride ion minus, and it becomes very reactive. Next chance will come for the rubidium, potassium, sodium, and the last chance will come for the lithium hydride. The last one is reactivity due to their ions. Yes, they participate in reactions, and as being these are ionic in nature, the reactivity is due to their corresponding ions implies what? The dissociation of the solid is responsible for the reactivity. The reactivity once again depends on the thermal decomposition. At low temperature, thermal decomposition is possible for the cesium hydride. Hence, reactivity is increasing compared to lithium hydride. Sodium hydride is more reactive. Compared to sodium, potassium hydride is more reactive. Compared to potassium, rubidium hydride. And the last one is highest reactive one is cesium hydride, because at the minimum possible temperature, it is dissociated in such a way that the cesium plus and the H minus will be present, and it is active and it can be reactive with the other counter components. So therefore, reactivity is increasing from top to bottom. Yes, properties related to the hydrides on hydrolysis. Yes, as we said, these are all ionic. The evidence for the ionic nature will comes from the hydrolysis. Whereas on doing hydrolysis, here oxidation occurs at the anode. The H minus ion participates in oxidation by losing electrons, and hydrogen gas is liberated. This indicates they are present in the ionic state. And moreover, on reaction with water, they participates in hydrolysis. As a result of hydrolysis, the positive ion goes for the negative counterpart, negative ion goes for the positive counterpart, and it is converted to metal hydroxide followed by hydrogen. Suppose lithium hydride on reaction with water, lithium hydroxide followed by hydrogen gas is liberated. This is the reason why these alkali metal hydrides are used as reducing agents, because they are acting as the source of the hydrogen. Thus, these of all are used as good reducing agents. Hydrides are acting as powerful reducing agents, especially at high temperature. Suppose silicon tetrachloride and reaction with sodium hydride at high temperature participates in reduction, that is +4 oxidation state is converted to -4 in oxidation state, that is silicon tetrachloride is converted to silicon hydride SiH4, whereas sodium chloride formation occurs. Thus, these of all are acting as very strong reducing agents at high temperature conditions. A smart anomaly, otherwise a smart logic to remember the things. Here lithium hydride is so compact that it is having similar cation and the similar anion in size. It is having relatively higher melting point, more thermal stability, and moreover it is having higher boiling points also. Though it is having more thermal stability, that is decomposition temperature only, but here what happens is its melting point exceeds the corresponding thermal stability, that is its decomposition temperature. So therefore before decomposition, on heating slowly it will be converted to fusion state, that is liquid in physical state. Such kind of nature is just available and eligible for the lithium hydride. So therefore the fused lithium hydride and electrolysis produces hydrogen at anode, which is an oxidation process. But whereas if you want to prepare hydrogen from the other hydrides, before reaching to the fusion situation or the liquid situation, they undergoes decomposition. Action of nitrogen. Nitrogen, N triple bond N, having octet configuration for each nitrogen atom, a diatomic molecule with a triple bond. Whereas it is very inert, it is most stable, hence it is very inert, it doesn't participate in chemical transformations in general. Whereas to make such kind of very inert substance to participate in chemical combination, we need very reactive species, that only one of the reactive species eligible to react with the nitrogen and to participate in chemical combination to produce new compounds is just lithium, because lithium is having relatively higher amount of polarization power. So therefore lithium on reaction with nitrogen at high temperature leads to the formation of nitride, that is lithium nitride. Whereas in lithium nitride, lithium is having positive charge, nitrogen is having 3 units of negative charge. This formation is an example for what? Redox reaction. This is an ionic substance and this is lithium nitride. This formation is redox reaction. This lithium nitride on reaction with water undergoes hydrolysis. A non-redox reaction occurs. Positive ion takes the negative counterpart of the water and it leads to the formation of lithium hydroxide followed by ammonia gas formation occurs. The only element that will participate in chemical combination with nitrogen of alkali metals is just lithium, the only lithium. Remaining elements never forms any kind of nitrides with respect to their corresponding cationic nature, because they are having low polarization power, their reactivity is less. Yes, action of oxygen. Oxygen atom, after taking 2 electrons, it is converted as oxide ion, that is O-2, having a 4 lone pairs over the oxygen, 2 are extra, hence the formal charge is -2. Similarly, oxygen molecule after taking electrons and it is converted to, after taking 2 electrons it is converted to O2 -2. Yes, it is also there. That is, oxygen is having 2 bond pairs followed by 2 lone pairs. Along with this, one extra electron is present on each oxygen atom. Overall 2 extra electrons are there. Hence it is O2 -2. That ion is said to be the peroxide ion. If suppose O2 takes only 1 electron, along with the oxygen molecule, there is a 3 electron bond, odd electron bond is present between the 2 oxygen atoms, or else we can consider that extra unpaired electron is present on any of the oxygen atoms. Such a system is said to be the superoxide ion. Due to their corresponding sizes and their polarizability, ability, that is the ability to undergo polarization, all things will makes them to combine with the alkali metal under appropriate conditions. Thus what happens is when alkali metal allowed to react with the oxygen, with the limited amount of oxygen, they will form the monoxides. Whereas if amount of oxygen increases, some of them are not stable at the monoxide situation because of they are having larger size, otherwise they are having high polarization power. So all these things once again makes them to participate, recombine with the oxygen. As a result, some of them will be converted to the peroxides. Whereas peroxides also on reaction with excess amount of water, once again excess amount of oxygen, once again are converted to superoxides. So therefore if I supply plenty amount of oxygen for all varieties of the alkali metals at high temperature conditions, thus it leads to the formation of lithium and sodium. Some amount of sodium is also stops at the monoxide stage, that is M2O, that is lithium monoxide as well as the sodium monoxide. These oxides are said to be the normal oxides. These are known as normal oxides. Whereas some of the metals combines with the O2 minus 2 peroxide ion and this stops. Such kind of oxides are said to be the peroxides. Examples where certain peroxides formations occurs is sodium peroxide. Whereas some of the other alkali metals stops at superoxide stage by taking excess amount of oxygen, that is potassium superoxide, rubidium superoxide, cesium superoxide formation takes place. Thus, on behalf of availability of the oxygen quantity, on behalf of their sizes, and behalf of polarizability and polarization power, all these things are deciding for the formation of different varieties of oxides like monoxides, peroxides as well as superoxides. In general, lithium stops at the monoxide stage, there is no peroxide and the superoxide. Sodium stops at the peroxide stage, there won't be any kind of superoxides. Whereas potassium, rubidium as well as cesium are also maintaining superoxide situation also. We generally does not find for these higher alkali metals in the form of their corresponding monoxides also. Thus, these are the different varieties of oxides formed when alkali metals are allowed to react with the huge excess amount of the oxygen. In every variety of the oxide, metal is present with the unipositive oxidation state and it is having all paired electrons and it is not having any unpaired electrons. Let us go for the situation related to the oxide, that is anions, normal oxide, peroxide, superoxide related information. That is oxide structure, O is having -2, that is 8 electrons are there, 4 pairs of electrons are there, 2 are extra, hence it is having O -2. There is oxygen molecule in which every oxygen is having extra 1 electron, so therefore formal charge is -1 for each oxygen atom, that is peroxide. Similarly, superoxide, oxygen molecule is as it is with extra 1 electron. Instead of 2 electron, we are having 3 electron bond, and that is said to be the superoxide ion. Oxidation state of oxygen is -2. 2 oxygens are having -2 implies for each oxygen oxidation number is -1. 2 oxygens are having 1 unit of negative charge, so for each 1 oxygen atom it is -1/2. Total number of electrons are 10 for the oxygen atom. The total number of electrons present for the total anion are, that is 16 plus 2, that is 18, 16 plus 1, that is 17. Number of unpaired electrons are 0, 0 as well as 1 because these are even numbers and this is odd number. As being these two are not having any kind of unpaired electrons, these are diamagnetic as well as colorless, whereas the superoxide is paramagnetic as well as the colorful system. Yes, just if you want to prepare the normal oxides, that is monoxides of sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, it can be also done, but that process is a reduction process. We have to take the most oxidized form of the compound of the corresponding alkali metal. Yes, potassium nitrate, we will take the help. That is corresponding nitrates on reaction with the same metal. Example, potassium nitrate on reaction with potassium, it is converted to potassium oxide, normal oxide, followed by nitrogen gas formation occurs. Here, potassium of 0 oxidation state is converted to +1 oxidation state, which is an oxidation. Similarly, nitrogen of +5 state is converted to nitrogen 0, that is a reduction. Hence, this reaction belongs to the category of the redox reactions. Whereas structures of the normal oxides, whereas sodium oxide, lithium oxide, rubidium oxide, cesium oxide are having anti-fluoride structures. Cadmium oxide is cesium oxide is different, and that is having anti-cadmium chloride structure, and which is a layered structure. Properties of the oxides, normal oxides. Normal oxides are M2O, whereas these normal oxides are hygroscopic in nature. They take up the water molecules present in the moisture. As a result of taking up water molecules, they will be converted to the hydroxides. Hydroxides are also hygroscopic in nature. Whereas these hydroxides, as being these are bases, they readily take up the carbon dioxide, that is non-metal oxide. As a result of taking of non-metal oxide, acidic oxide, acid-base reaction takes place, and that leads to the formation of metal carbonates. So therefore sodium oxide on reaction with water, it leads to the formation of sodium hydroxide, or sodium hydroxide on keeping in the open atmosphere after taking the atmospheric moisture is also converted to sodium hydroxide. It is once again hygroscopic. It can dissolve in the sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide dissolves in the moisture. As a result, solution of sodium hydroxide can be formed for the long exposure towards the atmosphere. Whereas this hydroxide formed once again take up the carbon dioxide, and it is converted to sodium carbonate. Whereas these all oxides are basic in nature, and their basic nature increases from top to bottom. Let us go for the peroxides. Peroxides are nothing but what? Salts of hydrogen peroxide. Sodium salt of hydrogen peroxide, potassium salt of hydrogen peroxide. Whereas in this salt, hydrogen peroxide is weak dibasic acid, whereas that salt formed is of strong base, so therefore these of all are having basic in nature. And when you dissolve in water, on evaporation of the water also, you will be finding the peroxides of octahydrate crystals. Peroxide combines with the 8 molecules of water as a crystal, and we can extract them also, that is peroxide octahydrates are available. These peroxides also readily combines with the water. As a result of reaction, they are converted to the metal hydroxides followed by hydrogen peroxides. Suppose, and also these on reaction, because these are having basic in nature, because base is dominating property, so therefore they are on reaction with the acid, neutralization takes place. As a result, salt followed by hydrogen peroxide formation occurs. Whereas when excess concentration, high concentration of aqueous solution is prepared, then it can participate decomposition that leads to the formation of oxygen gas, not the hydrogen peroxide. Here more oxidized quantity oxygen gas is going to be liberated. Whereas these peroxides as being basic combination associated with the basic combination of the cation, they can readily combine with the non-metal oxides like sodium carbon dioxide. As a result, it is converted to sodium carbonate. By taking this carbon dioxide gas, they are offering oxygen gas, and this is very very important for this particular reaction purpose. Sodium peroxide is used in the mob related areas and the marine related areas, as well as the public related areas, in order to provide the quality of oxygen. By taking excess amount of imbibing of oxygen, carbon dioxide, the sodium peroxide is used. Whereas they purifies the air, and these are acting as good oxidizing agents also, because acting as source of either oxygen or hydrogen peroxide, both are oxidizing agents. Even they can oxidize as the chromium 3 plus to the chromium plus 6 of yellow colored compounds also. And let us go for the superoxides. Superoxides on reaction with water, they will be converting towards the metal hydroxides normally, followed by hydrogen peroxide as well as the oxygen. Suppose if I take the potassium superoxide, that leads to the formation of potassium hydroxide followed by hydrogen peroxide and the oxygen. These are strongest oxidizing agents compared to the peroxides. Whereas sodium oxide is having yellow in color, because here the sodium oxide is also associated with some amount of the impure peroxide, which is responsible for the color due to having of small quantity which has an impurity of the superoxide which offers the color. That's what this sodium oxide is having yellow in color, due to presence of that particular peroxide as impurity present in it. The alkali metal oxides, peroxides or superoxides, which are composed of the weak acid, expected to be composed of weak acid followed by strong base. Hence these of all are dominated character of base, is present in them, hence these all are having basic in nature. The smart conclusion related to the above so-called discussed reactions of the alkali metals. Alkali metals and reaction with the atmosphere, which is consisting of oxygen and the nitrogen. As per the ability, as per the amount of availability of the oxygen, different varieties of compounds of oxides formation takes place. Some of them will form monoxides, normal oxides. Some of them will form peroxides. Some of them will form superoxides. Many of them will form combinations of different varieties of oxides. Mono, that is normal, followed by peroxides, peroxide followed by superoxides, or traces amounts of some other compounds. Whereas lithium is very special case, it reacts with the atmospheric nitrogen also and it forms lithium nitride. Whereas this atmosphere is also consisting of moisture in it followed by some little quantity of carbon dioxide, 0.03%, whereas such kind of oxides whichever are formed once again recombines with the atmospheric moisture. As a result, on combination with moisture, these of all are converted to the metal hydroxides. Whereas these metal hydroxides are basic in nature, they are readily combined with the atmospheric carbon dioxide and they will be converted to metal carbonates also. These metal hydroxides formed are very hygroscopic in nature. They take up the excess amount of moisture and they can be dissolved and they are producing metal hydroxide solutions also. Even metal hydroxide solution formed also readily take up the carbon dioxide. As a result, it is converted to metal carbonates. Such a type of atmospheric related reactions are occurring with the different varieties of the metals present in the alkali metal family, alkali metal group. Thus, oxides, peroxides, superoxide formations, from oxides to hydroxide formation, aqueous hydroxide solution formation, followed by metal carbonates formation. Solutions of metal carbonates formations generally occurs with respect to the metal alkali metal family. Action of air, alkali metals on reaction with water, that is action of water. Alkali metals on reaction with water are converted to metal hydroxides followed by hydrogen gas is liberated. And this reaction is an example for redox reaction. Here metal is undergoing oxidation and hydrogen is undergoing reduction. Whereas the reactivity, if you look at, lithium reacts slowly, sodium reacts moderately, otherwise speedily, whereas remaining elements potassium, rubidium, cesium very vigorously they will react. Even they are so much vigorous that what happens is whatever liberated hydrogen is there, it can catch the fire also. That's what we never dare to perform the reactions of alkali metals like potassium, rubidium, cesium with water under laboratory conditions. Though it appears to be very anomalous because the oxidation potential, reduction potentials, if you look at, the lithium is having higher oxidation potential, it should undergo with a high rate, it should produce high amount of energy, such things should happen, but here the reverse is present. Here the difference in the reactivity orders of the, especially lithium, remaining all are maintaining, reactivity is increasing, and one should expect that lithium should maintain higher reactivity and remaining all are as it is, reactivity increases from top to bottom. But here once again it reaches to the initial situation, reactivity of lithium is less, though it is having higher oxidation potential. Here in case of lithium, what happens is thermodynamics and kinetics makes a difference between them. The amount of energy liberated for the same quantity, that is same molar quantities of the substances with water, if we compare, in case of lithium, higher amount of energy will be liberated, no doubt. It means that its oxidation potential is maximum. Hence it is liberating higher amount of energy. It will fulfill the conditions related to the thermodynamics, that is delta G is equal to minus NFU. Then why the reactivity of lithium is less can be known from the kinetics information. Reactivity is less and it can be also explainable in such a way that lithium is smaller atom. Lithium is having strong intermolecular force of attractions because the electron density present in case of lithium, which is eligible for the formation of metallic bonding or van der Waals attractions, is maximum. Due to this, the breaking of lithium into lithium atoms or lithium species from the lithium solid, it is a time taking process. Moreover, it consumes energy also. So therefore, as being it is time taking process, what happens is if some portion of lithium is reacted, then the liberated amount of energy is utilized to break some more amount of lithium into lithium atoms. Then as being this process is, the bond of attraction strength is very strong, the breaking requires time. As being it is time taking, the reaction is extended for long hours. Slowly heat amount is going to be liberated for the entire time. The quantity of heat energy liberated, if we calculate, it will be maximum. But the speed wise, the rate wise, if you look at, lithium maintains lesser rate because of strong coercive force of attractions, that is strong metallic bond, strong electron density of the valency that is eligible and that is responsible for the formation of metallic bond, makes lithium is less vigorous in reactivity, though lot of amount of heat energy is liberated. Whereas these particular compounds are once again readily combined with the acidic hydrogen containing systems like alcohols. Alcohols on reaction with any of the alkali metal converted to the salts followed by hydrogen gas is liberated. That's what it is used as a primary test for the identification of alcohols. Similarly, acetylene hydrogens are also acidic hydrogens. Sufficient acidity is there. Hence, these are also readily combined with the alkali metal. And alkali metal salts related acetylenes are formed, followed by hydrogen gas is liberated. Nature of alkali metal hydroxides. These are strong bases and their basic nature increases from top to bottom. Whereas the order of basic nature is lithium compared to lithium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide is strong base, and the last one, cesium hydroxide, is extreme base. Here, as the internuclear distance increases between the cation as well as the common part of the anion OH minus, then the bond strength decreases, hence it is very easy to dissociate the hydroxide into metal followed by the hydroxide species. That thing happens from top to bottom, easiness increases, hence the basic nature increases. Whereas here the thermal stability, OH is a combination of two atoms, one is oxygen atom and second one is hydrogen connected with a bond, hence it is considered as obviously a bigger. So therefore bigger versus bigger is thermodynamically more stable, thermal stability increases. As a result, what happens is thermal stability increases compared to lithium hydroxide, all are more stable, and cesium hydroxide is thermally more stable, that is it requires higher energy. Whereas here these are all are hygroscopic in nature, they takes up the moisture and they will be converted to the dissolved situation also. And whereas their solubility increases from top to bottom, that is compared to lithium hydroxide solubility, cesium hydroxide solubility is higher because they are having less crystallization, less amount of lattice energy is associated, hence breaking becomes very easy, hence huge quantity of the substance is getting dissolved in the water. Whereas as being these of all are basic in nature, as we said, they readily combines with the acidic compounds, especially carbon dioxide present in the moisture, present in the atmosphere along with the moisture is taken by the oxides. Oxides are converted to hydroxides, even hydroxides takes, and those of all are converted to carbonates. And even the solution, aqueous solution of the hydroxides can take the carbon dioxide and they are converted to the corresponding carbonates. A smart note to remember is sodium peroxide on reaction with the carbon dioxide present at the MOPS areas, submarines, etc. And even you can use this particular salt in the masks also, whereas that will be converted to sodium carbonate, which is a solid trapped over there. And in the place of carbon dioxide, it is liberating oxygen and it is acting as good oxidizing agent, obviously. Due to these reasons, especially this reason, on behalf of this reason, sodium peroxide is said to be oxone. Oxone is generating oxygen by taking carbon dioxide is said to be oxone, sodium peroxide, because it is the chemical that can be holdable, that can be useful, and that is capable to hold under room temperature conditions as being it is solid and it is not vigorous. You can maintain the things, and this sodium peroxide is converted to sodium carbonate, a non-harmful substance, followed by generating oxygen instead of carbon dioxide, which is helpful for our respiratory system. On behalf of this particular chemical reaction, it is named as oxone. That is very important to remember. Oxone is sodium peroxide.